Hello, you two beautiful, beautiful girls. I love how you can see a potty in the corner. Beautiful Spanielitas. I love you both so much. Truly, words fail when it comes to talking about my love for my spaniels. I can't even, like, I get a lump in my throat when I think about it. My 3 children make life the best possible feeling in the world. I have just been to Dunkertons, dropped Etta off at nursery, went to the dentist, which was desperately needed because I had a chip. So this tooth here, I've had it's chipped like twice. And today I was with a new dentist and actually she said, she was like, it's always gonna chip because of the way your mouth sits. And so therefore all I'm going to do is shave it down so that it all aligns and you effectively keep the chip. You make the chip work for you kind of thing. So you can see it here, and then now she's just trimmed these 2 to match there, and then obviously the rest of the tooth so that the chip is part of the family. We're embracing the chip. So we're not trying to get rid of it. So that was a very good job done. It is my time of the month, so I get very like breathless and it just feels like I feels like I have probably 50% less of the energy and just capacity in my lungs. Like when I'm on my time of the month, I am truly a shadow of the person that I am when I'm not on my period, and it's just so hard because men will just never understand. Men will never understand. Maeve did something very brave the other day when I told him, oh, I'll start my period, because I always sound the alarms. She's on her period, watch out, don't say anything wrong. And he literally sent me a thing from Google saying it's the equivalent of being kicked in the ghoulies for a man. He's like, oh no, don't worry, I've been kicked in the ghoulies, like I know what that feels like. And I was like, your jokes are not welcome here. Your jokes are not welcome here at all. First of all, no one can vouch for both. Secondly, there's no way on God's green earth your few seconds of ooh after being knocked in the spuds can compare to an entire 7 days of pain and discomfort. So you can do one, mate, is basically what I said to him. I do wish men would just not even try to pretend that they would know what this feels like. But it is crazy, isn't it, that they will never know. Look at this girl. And you see her through the little cafe. I'm really sad. I'm about to say goodbye to my spaniels for 5 days. Wait, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, because my husband Maeve is going on a stag do. How lovely. And so therefore it just makes it a lot easier for me with Etta if I can put the dogs with the minder. And I have the best dog minders in the entire world. Like, I'm so grateful. I tell them all the times, I'm like, you are my angels, like wholeheartedly my angels. So yeah, good trip to the dentist, all is well. Unfortunately, I need to upgrade my retainer. I obviously finished Invisalign in December. I remember telling you guys about it before Christmas. I think I need to unfortunately upgrade the retainers because Invisalign, I feel like, I don't know if I regret it or if I think it was a money well spent. There are a lot of people who do sponsored Invisalign online now, and therefore you can fall under a false pretense that it's all glowy because obviously they're being paid a certain amount to first of all say that, but also going through Invisalign cost free. So psychologically they're obviously going to feel like it's a exciting and positive experience because they know the saving that they have made. Whereas for someone like myself who doesn't obviously have that kind of experience, I can tell you, I think Invisalign, my overbite didn't improve. So I think if my overbite had fully improved, then I would feel differently about Invisalign and I would have only positive things to say. But therefore, because it didn't make my teeth and my bite completely align, I would say that the actual areas where my teeth were crooked, I could have just done the shaving down and then a bit of bonding, and that would have been cheaper than the whole Invisalign process, because now that I've seen how they just file down a little bit here and there, basically shape your teeth however you want, you could just shape them together so much better than how they were before. So now that I've seen them do that at the very end, I'm kind of like, well, why didn't you just do that at the beginning? It would have saved me so much money, and it would have been so much quicker and easier. Obviously they wouldn't offer that because the Invisalign process is completely different, but just a really interesting afterthought basically, and something that you wouldn't know unless you'd done both, I guess. So a very frustrating reflection. But yes, I'm now home. I had swung into Dunkertons on the way back because I noticed that we don't have any tomato ketchup when we were having a barbecue the other day, so I wanted to try out the Daylesford tomato K. Really excited for that because I don't want to get the one that's full of salt and sugar anymore. I also got some more milk whilst I was there. I do love the Daylesford milk, I can't lie, I cannot lie. And then I also wanted to try the Daylesford crunchy peanut butter. I love peanut butter. I just eat it with a spoon, like any which way I can get it. I love peanut butter, crunchy peanut butter as well. And then I also got some eggs because I have high standards for eggs. I will say eggs is one of the very rare places that I really want to always get the best because that's S's favourite food. So Burford Browns, hen eggs from Daylesford, that's the only way we're going, I'm afraid. The other things, I do not always get Daylesford milk, and I do not always get Daylesford tomato ketchup and peanut butter, but because I was there already today, I just thought, well, I'm going to try it as a little treat and see what I think. I also ran into Marks and Spencer's and got their clothes cleaning stuff, which I love. I think it just smells so much better than anything from your regular supermarket. M&S are just a cut above the rest, aren't they? The entire experience when you're in there is just so beautiful and calm and lovely, and the pastries are just to die for. The cookies, the M&S cookies, there's a chocolate chip shortbread as well that M&S do, which is what paradise tastes like, to be honest with you. Off on a big tangent about pastries and cookies. That is clearly my time of the month talking. But today I thought we would have a bit of a house reset. I'm also going to nip to Homesense because I really want to get some nice glass straws. I use them sometimes, but I want to use them more and more, and some nice tumblers. I only have short tumblers for water, but I need to get some big ones, but I don't like pint glasses. I don't like the way they look when people use them for water. I appreciate that they're bigger, but I hate the way that they look, like in the cupboard, around the house, etc. So I want to get some pretty large glasses and straws and glass straws. So we're going to do a bit of a Homesense run for that in particular. Also need to be able to B&Q and colour match the holes that I filled for this living room here for the owners because they can't remember the paint colour. So I need to just chip a little bit off, take it to B&Q, and they will colour match it properly in their little machine, and then I can just fill the hole that I've made from doing that process and make it all perfect again. Our landlords are so lovely, by the way, which is really, really wonderful, if you know what I'm saying. And then later on, we're gonna make some new bits of food that I also found at M&S, such as, watch this, look at this, chili halloumi burgers. They are just big fat slabs of halloumi with sauce on. Like, I am going to cry when I eat these. Pure happy halloumi tears. Just, you know when it's time to get me out of here, when it's towards the end and then they get to pick whatever they want for dinner? I always think about that. I think about that all the time, of what I would have. This is probably going to be that. I can just tell. I can just tell. With hummus to start. And what would I have for pudding? I feel like for pudding I would just have Pop-Tarts, to be quite honest with you. I mean, honestly, I might go and get some Pop-Tarts. I haven't actually had Pop-Tarts in about 10 years, but I went through a phase when I was in school of being obsessed with Pop-Tarts. Obviously my booty paid for it and we quickly reverted back to a healthier lifestyle, but Pop-Tarts, mwah. In case you're wondering what I've done here, I tried to open a tin with a steak knife, which is one of my dimmer moments of life, and it was like slicing bread. It just like slid off the tin into my skin, and I just thought, what an inconvenience this is gonna be. So I went to the hospital, they glued it back together, they were lovely, and sent me on my way, but it has since been a little bit high maintenance to keep clean because of where it is. I mean, just washing dishes, washing my hands constantly, washing Etta in the bath, like, it's just not in a good place, is it? And now my plaster is all gammy and I need to go and get some more of these. Actually, they're on the table. the at-home like butterfly stitches you can do. These are genius. Get some of these in your house, 100%. These are brilliant and have really saved my bacon, literally. Just wanted to show you guys some new bits that I bought this week, which I'm really happy with. I'm taking this off because I've just got hot chocolate stain on it, which is not okay. But these Marks and Spencer's I've always loved. Ever since I was in school, I used to get my school shoes from Marks and Spencer's. Like, it's just the pinnacle for me, like for clothes, for comfort, for basics. I just love M&S so much. Obviously we know that I love the food, but that's obviously goes without saying. So I got these jackets. I walked through with my mum, Maeve and Etta, and I saw this jacket and I just thought that is the perfect piece for all 4 seasons. Lovely and warm, but not too warm. It's a little bit kind of nautical, but also lovely for winter under my barber. So I grabbed it, and then Maeve very kindly ran and got me the brown one as well. Now this kind of shade is only just acceptable for my skin tone, interestingly. I feel like blondes don't always suit that tan colour. I suit a chocolate brown, I think, but a tan, not always. It can easily wash me out and actually make me look ill. I'd love to do my colour charts. You know how you can do that, and it can show you, and it shows you what colours actually go perfectly with your skin tone and your hair and undertones and eye colour and all that. I'd love to do that actually. But this just kind of dances on the mark of suiting me and not, and I love it. It's nice that if I have a tan, but I feel very luxurious in this. I feel like a proper, not with the pink t-shirt, I feel like a proper like yummy mummy with this. I don't know why, but this colour and everything, like, it's just beautiful. The pockets are so cute and pretty. With little white shorts in summertime, big scarf in winter. I think it's such a lovely fit. This one particularly I've been living in. I feel like the tan one is a little bit more dressy. This one is actually the large, that's the medium. I probably could have gone with small, but I always like to size up. I don't know, it's just a thing that I always do. I also want to show you this that arrived in the mail, and look how stunning that box is. That packaging is beautiful. I wish I could frame it, and even the way it says Eternal Muse, the brand is of course Eternal Muse, even the way it says it here, I absolutely adore this packaging. These are heatless curlers. I already have heatless curlers, but I've had them since COVID actually, when heatless curlers I feel like became a thing. This is different because it goes down the back as opposed to around the head. So I think it'll be more comfortable to sleep in, and also this one's way better quality than the one that I got during COVID. So you do this around the front here, basically in replacement of a roller, and then you hook this on and then it goes down. So I think this is going to work better for my hair length and just generally be more comfortable in my book for sleeping. So I'm going to try that with you this evening if you fancy it. I thought that'd be really fun to do together. Proper first impressions. Another thing I have got, and I'm so excited that these have arrived. They've come really quickly. This is from Etsy. Do you guys know the brand MG & Co? It's Matilda Goad. I think I'm pronouncing her name right. It's like a very cool interiors brand, and she does lighting, she does all sorts. She does these. You will have seen these somewhere across social media because they went viral like a million times. But they're these back plates for doorknobs, drawer knobs, etc. And I love them. But being completely honest with you, these are £15 each. So extortionate for a back plate, not even a doorknob, a back plate. So I got 2 of those for a previous one of our many houses, and I love them, but I don't have a place for them in this house. And I was going to order 2 more and put them on Etta's wardrobe because her doorknobs do not work on her wardrobe. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. But then I did some research, because I was like, there's got to be like a lesser expensive version of this because that is a lot of money. It would be different if we were in a place that we own. I would probably invest in a few more of those back plates because I think they look beautiful, and obviously it's a very, very long-term decor investment, and I would be looking at that for the next 20 years on the wardrobes and drawers, and therefore in my opinion it's worth the money if it makes you as happy as it would make me. But right now it doesn't make sense financially. So I found this great girl on TikTok, and she found these stickers, and I don't always like things like this because no matter how it looks on social media or to people coming into my home, I know that it's a sticker and not a proper gold backplate. I will feel like it doesn't give the same effect for me of that like premium little luxury that I can look at every day and really appreciate. But nevertheless, because I want to on Etta's wardrobe as well, I ordered the stickers. Now these were £3 each, so £15, £3. And I think they are brilliant. Not only that, from Etsy, I also ordered some pink knobs to go on top that are very like the Matilda Gold ones. So I will show you the ones, the MG and Co ones specifically that I wanted to try and like copy, and then you can see if I found the right dupe. The only thing is the actual knobs from the Etsy seller have not yet been dispatched, and I am a very, very impatient little gal, and I simply cannot wait for them to arrive to put these stickers on. So we're going to do that together right now. I should wait because I will not get that effect, but I simply cannot. So let's do it together now. And I also want to show you another thing in Etta's bedroom, and that is curtains. So she's obviously got shutters, and that's brilliant and they're lovely, but they are not blackout, of course. I kind of thought, oh, they'll be good enough, but I think it's had an impact on the fact that she will not nap, is because sun does come through the shutters. So I've got these lovely William Morris curtains from Dunelm. They were half price, absolute bargain. I love the fabric, I love the pattern, I love the colour. It's not red, it's not pink, it's somewhere in between for sure. And I just think they look stunning. What I love about them as well is when we do own a property, they can go in different rooms. So they can go in a living room, a bedroom. They're not just pretty pink curtains for Etta's bedroom. They can be used for other places. Because that's what's annoying, is because I know we're going to own, I can't fully commit to a style or just an item around the house because I don't know if it will fit the house that we will eventually own. So it's a little bit frustrating, but also makes it fun. So this is Etta's little wardrobe. It's nothing crazy. This wardrobe is an actual kid's wardrobe, but it's from Amazon. So I've added this kind of beading detail, which I'm actually going to remove because I want to paint that pink and do kind of a pink and white theme here. But these are Susie Watson doorknobs. I truly adore them, and there are two down here as well, and obviously there's one here. The only thing is they come out way too far, and at first I was like, oh, I'll cut them. Then I thought, well, once again they might end up in a different place in a house that we own one day, so therefore I don't want to cut them in case we need more of the metal. Then I thought, I'll just leave them, who cares, but this always gets caught on me and Etta and clothes. So it really is a hazard, and it's really frustrating me. It's super easy to get off. So that's what we're going to do basically. The ones I've ordered are just simple pink knobs, really, really lovely, good looking, and will suit the style. But therefore, I'm going to do this here and there, and then the pink knobs when they arrive will look really, really cool, hopefully, I suspect. Annoyingly during the move, I think a screw has come out, so this door has slightly fallen and now it scrapes. So I need to do that. I need to take this door off and put it back on and make sure that it is not dragging, because it's a great little wardrobe, this, it really is. So let me take Etta's little lavender pouch off. Got this on Bought on the Water from just one of the shops. It's so pretty and I love lavender. So I really hope I don't botch this, but let's do it together. So I'll put this on here. Oh, that looks so cool. Like this, and then you just pull. Perfect. Oh, these are so cool. Oh my goodness, I love it. Love the way that looks. Riley here! I also have something really good happening today that I didn't even know you could do. I got a Dyson Airwrap ages and ages ago, and it's just stopped working. It just all of a sudden just goes about 5 times when I use it, and I have to keep like almost like shaking it. It's as if it's got something stuck in there, but I've emptied the filter and all of that, and there's no reason why it's having frequent meltdowns basically. And I called Dyson, I was like, I'm so annoyed. Like, I can't afford to replace this every 5 years. I got a Dyson Airwrap because I thought it would literally last me forever. Anyway, they said you can pay £100 and we will pick it up, fix it, and if we can't fix it, we'll send you a brand new one. So I thought, to be honest with you, that's the same price as a new hairdryer these days, so fine, I'll do it. So they're coming to collect it today over lunchtime, and I'm super intrigued to know how that goes. So they will be aligned a lot better once I've fixed this door that's having a moment. I really hope the pink drawer knobs arrive during this video so you can see the full effect. Right, might have to fling my butt in the air, so just beware. Great, that looks wonderful. I'm thrilled with that. Best £3 ever. And then I'm going to take these nodules off and put fresh ones on once I've painted them. So I'll do that later today as well with you. Hey, now that I've got the ShopMy page, I can link all of these things, from the stickers to this detail here. I'll link it all in the description box for my ShopMy page, and then just follow the link and it'll all be there. It makes it so much easier, and also feels like you and I are collaborating together and exploring these little hacks as a team, rather than just me doing it and you watching. You can actually buy the items and do it with me and send me photos. How stunning Etta's christening gown was. I haven't ever shown this before. Obviously it's a very personal thing to show, but this is her beautiful christening gown. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Hey guys, just in the car, and I wanted to chat about a new book I'm reading, because I haven't read a good book in absolutely ages. I like to read things not just willy-nilly, but things that are completely on topic to that phase of my life, whether it's about psychology, mental health, social skills, being pregnant, or motherhood. So right now I'm reading the Toddler Survival Guide, and I'm absolutely loving it for obvious reasons, because I have a 2.5-year-old and she's incredible and she's perfect. She's so well behaved, so well socialized, very level-headed for her age. Obviously I'm biased, but she really is. Like, I feel like calling it terrible twos and tantrums and this kind of terminology really offends me whenever Etta has a kind of wobbly moment. She doesn't have an overly emotional or frustrating moment without a very clear reason. If Etta ever has a, quote, tantrum, it is 100% because I have not given her the tools in order for her to have had enough sleep, enough food, or something like that. Therefore, when she does have a bad day, which is very rare, but when she does, I take it phenomenally personally. I couldn't take it more personally. I tear myself to pieces if she has cried a couple times in a day, and recently she has done more than she ever has, and it's purely because she is not napping as easily as she used to, so therefore she is overtired a lot of the time. So I'm finding this is the first time I've found parenthood challenging. I love being a parent, and every phase of parenthood so far is challenging, but it's such a fun and satisfying way. This current situation of her not napping is the longest I have gone without fixing the imbalance in her day, if that makes sense. So anyway, I'm reading this book and I'm on the chapter that's about screen time and how screen time is not a bad thing and not a good thing. It's incredibly controversial in child development, but it can be used as a tool. And one tip I just wanted to share with you is what kind of screen time. So if you give your child a screen that is their screen, so a phone for example, and they are holding it in their lap and it is a dedicated device for them to use on their own, that's where it gets bad, because they are closing themselves off entirely from the rest of the room, which obviously we know adults do these days, which is offensive to those around them and hinders them long term in social settings and things like that. With children, if they are going to have screen time, if it's on a big screen in a living room, if it's on the actual living room main television, and you and your toddler or two toddlers or a few different kids, whatever, are all watching something together, enjoying screen time together, then it becomes a social experience rather than cutting them off from those around them and those literally in the exact same room by giving them one solo device for them to focus on and them to hold. So I just thought it was one of the main tips so far within the book that I've really loved and makes complete sense to me. Don't get me wrong, I never ever give Etta my phone or a device to sit there and look at. She'll like walk around with my phone taking photos because she thinks it's really funny when she can see through the camera, so she'll go and start taking photos of like the dogs, which I genuinely see as her taking an incredibly early liking to photography. So I guess it's always registered in my mind with common sense that they shouldn't be having a screen right in front of them, held by their own little hands rather than in a social way. But to actually hear how Laura, the author of this book, explains it, just made utter and complete sense. I will continue to share things that I learned whilst reading this book because I know I've got plenty of room to improve as a parent. I think I'm a wonderful mother to Etta, I really do. And the reason I can say that is because I don't say that with every area of my life. I don't always pat myself on the back. Right, we are nearly at Homesense. So let's have a little gander. Let's not get carried away, because we know it's very easy to get carried away at the old Homesense. We're going in for straws and tumblers, that is it, okay? Promise? Homesense, where I lose all sense, and I got a few goodies. My primary reason was to go and get some like fun little straws. You know, like I saw some online that was terrible English, with like these little turtles on that were just so cute. They actually didn't have any of those in. They had the ones with the olives on, which is ones that I've seen on At Home with Fran, her Instagram, but I don't like olives, so they kind of gave me the ick, so I didn't get those. So that's annoying, but I'll save that till next week. I got a few photo frames because I'm kind of doing a gallery wall in Etta's bedroom, so therefore I saw these and I couldn't leave them behind. I thought they were stunning. This one, Morris & Co, so the same brand as her curtains, and this one was $7.99. I just thought it was really, really beautiful. I love the way that it's a fabric, so it's a contrast to the wooden ones that she's got in her room. You can go that way or that way. I just really loved it, and mine and Etta's theme in the living room and in Etta's bedroom is pink and green, so that suits perfectly. I then got another frame, and I nearly got both of them because there was two of these. They have a mirror version as well. It's the white kind of marble bow frame. Like I said, there's one that's a mirror I really want, but I just have no place for, because this house doesn't have any windowsills where I would put something like that, but of course not with this. So this will go on the wall, on the gallery wall with Etta. So it's all kind of mixed mash like that, which I think is looking adorable and really pretty and kind of perfectly imperfect. And then I just thought this one was stunning, Rachel Zoe collection. That one was also $7.99. So thrilled with those, could not say no. And then in terms of tumblers, which is one of my raison d'etres of going to Homesense, you know my obsession with hydrangeas is at an all-time high, partly because of the summer I turned pretty, partly because I'm now getting into gardening, and partly because I just see them as a little, like a little planet, a little world of clustered beautiful flower buds, and they've just really spoken to me. If I'm not being spoken to by hydrangeas, maybe it's time to hug a tree. Anyway, I thought let me give you a close-up. Really just thought these are going to sit actually on the dining table. I have this marble Lazy Susan, and I'm honestly just going to kind of place them on there for me to pick up every single day, whether it's for iced coffee, chocolate milk, water and ice, whatever it may be. I could not resist these two. And obviously they have glass straws. Not the fun kind that I was hoping for, but nevertheless, I'm really happy with those 4 purchases from Homesense. I think I've smashed it today. I realised at the end of last week's video I didn't really show you my finished garden. I kind of talked about it and showed snippets, but not really enough to show you why I felt such satisfaction. So hopefully you feel it too. So showing you now, I really should be learning the names of all of the flowers, but one thing I do know is these are hydrangeas. So I have 2 there. There was already 2 that had unfortunately not made it, so hopefully they'll grow back, and then I got another one here at the end. But I adore the way that they are looking, and just generally styling this area up. I've brought my rustic farmhouse bench out, a little bit of bunting. I did have a lovely table out here and made a bit of a vibe with the cushions. We had a barbecue and it was really, really lovely. There's going to be plenty more of that. I've also brought my Killam rug out. I still haven't been able to rent a power washer from B&Q. That is definitely my plan for this weekend. I love my pheasant so much. We've named him Huey. He is part of the family, well and truly. And this area too, I love this wall. It's so rustic and natural, weathered. It has so much character. I really want to put this up on that wall. It's metal, so it's absolutely fine to be outdoors. I also have a mirror I want to put up as well. But there was already a mirror in situ here, which I really like. And then my planter that I showed you last week. But overall, I think it's really pretty, and it's covered with fairy lights at night. It has become my little sanctuary, which I am very, very grateful for, and I'm grateful for being grateful for it. I think I'm going to end this video here and get started on the next one. I'm so excited to get this one live. I really hope to see you back here next week too. Bye! Mwah.